On July 16, 2021, which was a Friday during the weekend, just past, what, 4 days ago, at around 8 p.m. here on East Salinas, California, a young man was killed by the police. Now, the young man was armed, but he was a citizen, a member of my community. I am heartbroken that this happens in my community, frequently. Police have killed unarmed and armed suspects throughout the history of Salinas, California, specifically here in my street, specifically here, just down the street, up, left, right, just this happened just what, 5 minutes from my house. The shootings are random, sometimes they're sporadic, sometimes they're out of revenge. Gang violence has affected our community just as much as that, has affected, your community possibly, or across the globe. Gang are a big factor when it comes to why teenagers end up being dead for whatever reason. Now, in this particular case, it was between the police officers and this young kid who was drunk at the time. He was drunk, he was armed with a weapon, it was loaded, and he was shot and he died. The officer had every right to defend himself. And so, but what happened before that, we don't know. Why was this child, a lot of people say, well, he's already legally, an adult by age. Once you turn 18, you're legally an adult, and he's no longer a kid, but he's still a teenager. This child, if you're an OG, if you're a father, if you're a man or a woman, if you're listening to this show, respect to all the ladies listening to this show. But if you're an adult, a matured person, regardless of whatever age you are, you know that 19 years old, as a teenager in life, you're still immature. You still have a long way to go. You haven't learned basically how the world actually runs, how it works, how you're supposed to be fighting and living and surviving, getting the proper help to make it in this motherfucking world, specifically here in East Salinas, California. Now, am I upset? Of course I am, because knowing that another youngster from my community has been killed, and not only by a police officer, by a public servant of our community. How is that going to make them look when it comes to patrolling our streets? What are the youngsters going to think of? Are they going to learn from this? Are they going to try to imitate it? I hope they don't, man. I hope you guys, this is no joke. The police here in Salinas, California will kill you. They've done it over and over. And it's just the way it is. I am an OG here in these communities of Salinas, California, and I'm letting all the youngsters know this is not the way to go. Seek help. Talk to your OGs. Talk to your mentors. If you can't speak to your parents, and if you have nothing but, weak ass homies and shit that for whatever reason you call them your homies, but you just can't trust them, you can't talk to them, there's always some professional. All you got to do is take a little walk to the nearest, hospital, the nearest clinic, the nearest, or just maybe make a phone call. Simply make a phone call. You could Google shit nowadays, right? A crisis center, or even call the police department if you feel you're going to commit suicide. Suicide is not the way to go. And no matter how it might look, or, you went out with the bang and all that. True, you might have gone out with the bang, but it was not your time to go. And nobody's going to celebrate the fact that you went out with the bang. Every OG, every member of the community, whether they are your friends or not, people you might have hanged out with, associated with, or people you might have even hated, nobody's going to celebrate the fact that this happened. This breaks everybody's heart. A real rival, a real enemy seeing this could only reflect on what could happen to them. And it's just a matter of time. So why would they celebrate knowing that they're next? This has nothing to do with gangs, colors, numbers, association. This has everything to do with our youngsters in our communities feeling that they have no way out. And they do. You have to reach out, or even just email somebody, DM, a direct message, or anything. Go knock on someone's door. Say, hey, man, you know what I mean? I see, I got a problem, and I respect you, whatever. You can't be you cannot suppress and hold all this negative energy of wanting to hurt yourself without trying to. That's not really being an OG. A real OG will not only help those who need the help, but would also seek the right help from the right individuals. If you feel like you're going through some shit, and if you believe you are down for your cause, if you feel like you're down for whatever, if you have any self-respect for whatever you might claim, whether it's religion, the streets, your family, whatever it is. You cannot go out with a bang without seeking the help first to prevent yourself from being killed by the police. There is no gang member who will disagree with me in this particular matter. No real person who wants to seek that fame and attention or possibly respect within your own community, whether in your own organization, whether in the streets or on social media, whatever it is. No one is going to respect you if you don't seek that medical help that you need first, because real homies care about their homies. Real family members care about their family members. If you really love the members in your own hood, in your community, if you really got love for the hood, you expect people in your community to get help immediately. There's no politics when it comes to seeking help to prevent a suicide by police shooting or a suicide by any man. There's a lot of people get so creative, to try to take themselves out. Why do that when you're not gonna get that type of glorification? Everybody's gonna feel sad. Why the fuck didn't anybody help this youngster? What the fuck was happening? They're gonna question his parents. They're gonna question his brothers, his cousins, his friends. They're gonna question there. Why wasn't anybody helping this fucking kid? Why did he have to end up dead at the age of 19 years old? There's nothing to glorify about these types of situations. There just isn't. You can't. It's unfortunate. Now I have a video. Look at it for yourselves, right? So I'm going to share the video so you can see. There is no audio to the video, so I decided to find the best song that could maybe accompany the the visual scenery of what the police drone, because it's recorded off of the police drone. You know what I mean? What they captured and what they have shared so far to the news and so on, right? So, but go ahead and check it out for yourselves. And it is what it is. It's unfortunate, but these stories have to be told to make sure that they don't happen again. You know what I mean?
Homie, I watched it, homie. That was like my best friend. I seen what happened to the homie, He was a little ass kid. Nigga didn't have no lunch money. Nigga didn't have no cool shoes or nothing, man. It was trip. Little sister hair nappy and shit, you know what I'm saying? This nigga gotta chunk him every day for somebody talking about his sister, homie. It was inevitable, homie. Nigga could go from a bum nigga to a celebrity overnight, Shit. EBT, the environment. Turn my nigga into a monster.
Held a conversation with some bigger figure. Said he just cop a whip and he's looking for his next ride. Never been inside a Benz, need to take it for a test drive. And I was thinking about it come up cause I never had the best like damn. I'm about to run up your shit. I'm about to run up like this. I be like damn. I'm about to risk everything. I need your diamonds and rings. I be like damn. This shit is really too reckless. I need your whip and your necklace. I be like damn. I'm holding too much aggression. I've lost account of my blessings. Yeah, got fees that'll just increase. I pray please overcome the beast. On my knees with my knees will become the least. Can't cheese without cheese, so I run the streets. My enemies on a leash trying to judge the peace. No peace when they feast, so you floss the cheek. My OGs telling me never trust police. To my jeans with the cup increase. For my dream trying to bust like yeast with no options. These hard times are numbered. These court fines are numbered. These last days are numbered. My bad ways. EBT boy, dream dripping in cash. Never too short, so I'm living it fast. Money come and go, try making it last. Investing in the future, just a thing of the past. EBT boy, dream dripping in cash. Never too short, so I'm living it fast. Money come and go, try making it last. Investing in the future, just a thing of the past these days. I don't know if I can never prosper this way. I don't know if I can never see things the same. I don't know if I can never prosper this way. I don't know if I can never see things the same. Phone call, my connect, heard a yawn with some big weight. I need something for my mind, I've been trying to get my shit straight. When you pull up with the pack, started thinking real devious. Look, if I run up on it quickly, I could probably make the man break down. I'm about to re-up today, I'm about to be on my way. I be like, damn, this shit is really too risky. Who knew that this life would get me? I be like, damn, way too much hate in my heart. Way too much days in the dark. I be like, damn, thoughts in my mind when I run up. Lately, I'm just trying to come up, I need that. Not fine when I got these fines. On time when I drop these lines. To the judge in the courthouse, trying to get my life in line. Respect, I'm intertwined and a fight for mine. To the climb till I climb to the top, I shine. Uncle died, guess he really found peace at last. Hope he focused on my job and never see my crash. Never got the nerve to run and I need that cash. These hard times are numbered. These court fines are numbered. These last days are numbered. My bad ways are numbered. Boy, dream dripping in cash. Never too short, so I'm living it fast. Money come and go, try making it last. Investing in the future, just a thing of the past. EBT, boy, dream dripping in cash. Never too short, so I'm living it fast. Money come and go, try making it last. Investing in the future, just a thing of the past these days. I don't know if I can never prosper this way. I don't know if I can never see things the same. I don't know if I can never prosper this way. I don't know if I can never see things the same.